All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are breaking down a really important topic in men's health, the testosterone blood test. We're going to get straight to the point and give you a clear, no-nonsense guide on what it is, why it actually matters, and what those results really mean for you. Let's do this.
So, does this sound like you? Maybe you're just constantly feeling drained, like you're running on empty, or you just have that feeling that you've lost your edge a little bit. Believe me, these feelings are way more common than you think, and sometimes they can be pointing to your hormones.
You know, it's so easy to just brush this stuff off. Blame it on stress, work, or just getting older. But take a look at this list. We're talking about specific signals from your body. Things like constant fatigue, a drop in your sex drive, or even mood swings. These could be signs that your hormones are out of balance.
So what is testosterone really? Well, think of it as a master key. It's a vital hormone that plays a huge role in regulating so many things, from your energy levels and your mood to your muscle mass and your sexual health. Understanding its job is really the first step to understanding your own body.
Okay, so that brings us to the big question. Why should you even get tested in the first place? Let's break down exactly what the test is looking for and who really needs to be thinking about it. Now, this is a point that a lot of people miss. When you get tested, you get more than just one number. On one hand, you have total testosterone. That's literally all of it floating around in your blood. But here's the thing. A lot of that is tied up and can't be used. The real MVP is free testosterone. That's the active, unbound stuff that can actually get into your cells and do its job. That's why you need to know both for the full story.
And this test isn't for just one type of person. Of course, it's for guys who are experiencing those classic symptoms. It's also absolutely essential for anyone on hormone therapy to track their progress. And get this, it's not just an older guy thing. Younger men dealing with a ton of stress or obesity might see their levels drop too. Really, it's for anyone who wants to take a proactive approach to their health.
So, we've covered the why. Now let's get into the how. Getting an accurate result really comes down to proper preparation. And the good news is, it's actually pretty simple. There are just 4 key things to remember. First, you've got to fast for about 8 to 12 hours. Water is fine, but no food. Second, drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Third, and this is a big one, you have to tell your doctor about everything you're taking. Prescriptions, supplements, you name it. And finally, just take it easy for the 24 hours before your test. No killer workouts or sexual activity. And here's a pro tip that is absolutely crucial. Timing. Your testosterone levels actually fluctuate throughout the day, and they're at their highest in the morning. That's why you have to get your blood drawn between 7 and 10 a.m. That's the window for the most accurate reading, period. All right, you've done the prep, you've had the test done, now for the moment of truth. You get your results back, and it's just a bunch of numbers. So, what do they actually mean? Let's decode them. Okay, so this is the number you'll probably focus on first for total testosterone. The typical normal range is somewhere between 270 and 1070 nanograms per deciliter. That's just the unit of measurement. The important part is that range. It's the general ballpark for where you want to be.
This table makes it super simple. If your number is below 270, that's considered low, and it might mean you have a deficiency. If you're in that sweet spot between 270 and 1070, you're in the normal range. And if you're way up above 1070, that's high. And it's also something you'd want to discuss with your doctor to see what's going on. Okay, this is a huge one, and we hear this question all the time. What happens if you get your results, they look normal, but you still feel all those symptoms we talked about at the beginning? You still feel off. A normal result doesn't mean your symptoms aren't real. It's actually really useful information because it just means low testosterone probably isn't the main culprit. Think of this test as one single piece of a much bigger health puzzle. The next step is just to work with a professional to start looking at the other pieces. So, you have your results. You know where you stand. Now what? This part is all about taking that knowledge and turning it into a real plan of action. If your levels are low, step 1, always, is to talk to a healthcare provider. They can walk you through your specific results and talk about medical options like hormone replacement therapy or TRT, and it's so important that this is done with a doctor's supervision. From there, you'll likely have regular check-ins to monitor how things are trending over time. But, hey, it's not all about what a doctor can do. There is so much you can control yourself. Things like consistent exercise, especially strength training, can be a game changer. So can cleaning up your diet, getting enough quality sleep, finding ways to manage stress, and yeah, cutting back on booze and quitting smoking.
These are seriously powerful levers you can pull.
All right, for our last section, let's zoom out a little bit. This isn't just about fixing short-term symptoms. This is about your health for the long haul. Let's look at the bigger picture here.
And this is exactly why this all matters so much. The benefits of keeping your testosterone in a healthy range go way beyond just feeling more energetic. We're talking about major research-backed advantages for your future. A lower risk of heart disease, better bone density, improved metabolic health, and even better mental well-being. These are huge wins.
Look, it's just a natural part of aging. For most men, testosterone levels start a slow, gradual decline in their 30s. That's why, especially once you're in your 40s and beyond, annual testing is just a really smart, proactive strategy. It lets you keep an eye on things and stay ahead of the curve.
And that's really the core message here. Being proactive is everything. Regular monitoring isn't just about how you feel today. It's a powerful way to help prevent serious, long-term issues down the road, things like osteoporosis or metabolic syndrome. It's about playing offense with your health, not defense.
And that brings us to the end. We've covered why you should test, how to do it the right way, and what to do with the information you get. So, the final question is for you. What's the first step you're going to take to own your hormonal health? Thanks so much for tuning in.